Hello, everybody. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a massive fan of this guy right here, Marty Stuart. I've been a fan of Marty Stuart really since about 2016, 2017. 2017 when his album Way Out West was released. And if you don't know Way Out West, check it out. I've talked about it a ton on this channel. It's fantastic. It's got elements of psych, jangle pop. It's got some traditional country. It's got like that Bakersfield, Buck Owens, Dwight Yoakam sound to a lot of the songs, spacey kind of stuff. It's fantastic. His most recent album of songs, it was called Altitude. That's also fantastic, similar kind of vein. A little bit more country, but not much. It's just all around great music. And he most recently put out this record called Space Junk. This was released on Record Store Day, though I'm not 100% sure that this album isn't going to be released at some other point, because they're really hyping it up a lot on his social media channel, and it was only listed as a limited thing for Record Store Day. But this is a 2-record set of spacey kind of surf rock instrumental tunes, all about 2.5, 3 minutes long. Really, really good. If for some reason you're able to find this, check it out. This was kind of the sleeper item on Record Store Day back in April, but April 12th. So this is kind of an album that they're really not pushing, but an album that they're making mention of a lot. And they did a few songs from this record tonight, because as you can see, this is another concert review from Marty Stuart. This is my second time seeing Marty. This year, I saw him back in March, I believe, in town, and my cousin and I just went this evening to Lexington, Virginia, which is about an hour north of me, to the Lime Kiln Theater. Now, again, longtime viewers of my channel might remember that I saw Marty there back in July, I think, of 2023. So this was my third time at the Lime Kiln. I've also done a review about another band there, the Lone Bellow. But Lime Kiln's an awesome place. Outdoor, natural amphitheater amongst limestones. They've kind of carved this little, tiny, tiny little red rocks kind of situation. It only holds about 700, 750 people in the place. You bring your own lawn chairs. There are a few benches they have down in the amphitheater part near the stage. They call it the bowl. They probably fit about 150, 200 people down there. But everything else, you bring your fold-out chairs. There's food trucks on the property. There's some brews, some wine. People bring picnic meals. They're eating, tailgating, that kind of stuff. Really, really a charming place. Really catered to the Americana, bluegrass, folk kind of audience. And yeah, just a really, really cool thing. It was kind of, for me, like a last thing to do as like a single guy. Again, I get married next weekend, which is hard to believe, and yes, my records have not been packed yet. But anyway, this was about Marty Stuart. Went with my cousin. He'd never seen Marty Stuart before, so that was kind of cool to experience that with him. They opened up with an instrumental. It was all acoustic. They don't have any opener, which is great. This was an all acoustic show, so Marty was back and forth between his mandolin, his guitar. He had the rest of the superlatives. Kenny Vaughn on acoustic guitar, lead guitar, and vocals. Harry Stinson on drums and vocals, and then he played guitar on a couple of tracks. And then Chris Scruggs on vocals and the double bass. So all these guys are fantastic. I've said that in all of my reviews. Marty always gives them a spotlight. They all do a couple of songs. Chris does a great song called Every Day Ends in Y, which is just a great tune. Harry Stinson did a couple of songs. One song that Marty had written with Vince Gill. Kenny did an old song called Congratulations. And then he did a song, the first song that he ever learned on guitar was called Little Black Egg. And that was really cool, kind of Everly Brothers style. And I think that was offset. Marty asked him to do it. And it was cool because this was the first show that the guys had played in about a month. They were between tour legs, and so they were kind of joking that this was kind of their loosen up kind of performance. So kind of cool to see that, and just see them having fun and not taking things too seriously. Audience was great. They were all enjoying it. It was a sold out show. Um, yeah, they did. The second song, the first real song they played after the instrumental, they did "Running Down a Dream," the Tom Petty tune from Full Moon Fever. I've seen him do that two other times. I saw him do it back in March, and then I saw him for the very first time. The first time that I ever saw him in any capacity was when he was playing with Roger McGuinn and Chris Hillman during the Sweetheart of the Rodeo tour, celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Byrds country rock masterpiece. So to hear him do "Running Down a Dream" as the second song was like, whoa, that's awesome. And he does this great solo, that matches Mike Campbell's original solo. He's doing it on the mandolin. Fantastic. He did his song, "Tempted," which was like a big hit in the 80s. They did several instrumental space junk pieces. I know one song they did was "Tired Horses," I think is what it's called, or All the Pretty Horses." They did that one. And yeah, there were probably about 4 instrumentals total. Marty always does a solo version of "Orange Blossom Special," tells a story about meeting the gentleman who wrote that song back down in Miami. Yeah, and then they always close the set with "Time Don't Wait," which is like this great, bird song that never was. It was from the Way Out West record from 2017. It's just a great sing along. Then they left, came back, did the really trippy song called "Space." That's the only song that they use a electric instrument on. It's like the electric sitar, which is really cool. The only other person I've seen play it live, I know that they're around, but the only other person that I've seen play live was Steve Miller back in 2019, and Marty Stuart opened that show. So I think there was a connection there where Marty liked that, and he was able to get one. So fantastic. Yeah, all the guys are just phenomenal musicians. I got a shirt. It's over there. I'm not going to get it, but you'll see it in other videos, I'm sure. But a fantastic time. Marty, always a great privilege to see you. I think this was my 5th time seeing him. Um, 1, 2, 4. Yeah, I think 5th in some capacity. 5th or 6th. I can't remember. I've seen him a lot. Maybe 6. Anyway, whenever he comes back around, I'm going to see him again because he's one of my favorites. And very possibly the Superlatives are the best and tightest touring band going right now. So if you like that music, check it out. You will not be disappointed. It's usually very reasonably priced and always a great time. So thank you, Marty, for a great show. Thank you to this fabulous Superlatives, Kenny, Harry, and Chris. You guys are awesome. All right, everybody, that does it. In the meantime, y'all be good. Take care. Go check out Marty Stuart. Bye now.